All right, I think everybody's here that we're expecting to be here. Thank you for coming. This event has been in the works for probably about a couple of years now. And I know that we as a community, and especially Wendy, the Lincoln Fellowship, has really been chomping at the bit to get to today and make this announcement of what we expect to happen. It's quite a fitting venue here. Just down the road is the Lincoln train station where Lincoln arrived for his visit here in Gettysburg in November of 1863. And of course, across the square here is the David Will's house where he stayed. So exciting to be here because of that history, but also exciting to be here because this is the epicenter of the event here as well as the cemetery. So it's an exciting place to be. It also feels very November-ish outside, so how fitting it was that it's not 80 degrees today, but has that November feel to it. So my name is Carl Wayhill, and I am the chair of the America 250 PA Adams County Steering Commission. So we are a group of 7 organizations. Many of them are in the room today here who have been planning what we want to do here in Adams County to commemorate this national anniversary. We are so excited that we have so many national connections to turn to. Of course, the Battle of Gettysburg and the Gettysburg Address are the top 2, but we also have Eisenhower and his retirement home. We have so many other stories. We have stood by the tagline, "You can't tell the story of America without Gettysburg." We really feel like that's at the heart of this commemoration, and this event here is proof of that. I wanted to just read you our mission statement because I think it's fitting for this event itself. We will engage the Adams County community to honor the people and events that shaped our nation, to support initiatives that attract visitors, and to provide a lasting economic impact while preserving our local legacy for future generations. And there's been nothing more than we've wanted to do is engage the local community, and this event in and of itself will engage a lot of local community, a lot of residents, a lot of businesses, and so we're all very excited to have that. We launched our year-long commemoration in January. What we intended to do was coincide our launch with the state's launch of their year-long anniversary. Of course, everything big is going to be happening in Philadelphia, but we've got a big event happening here too. And that's really what we're here today to share with you. A lot of people are really excited because personally, I think that come July 5th, this year, a lot of folks are going to think this is all over with, but we are here to say it's not, and our biggest event is a few months down the road from that. So it's very exciting that we're here. Our goal was 250 events in Adams County, and we have about 140, 150 of those already on the calendar. So we're well on our way. This event especially, though, has risen to be our marquee event. It has been something that has just elevated itself far beyond all the other 150 events here. So we're really excited. I'm going to introduce you here to Wendy Allen. She's the president of the Lincoln Fellowship of Pennsylvania, and they are the group that is largely behind this, and the blood, sweat, and tears that we have seen from this organization over the last few years gives us great confidence that we are going to have an epic event here in Adams County in November. Wendy?
Thank you, Carl. Good afternoon. My name is Wendy Allen. I'm the president of the Lincoln Fellowship of Pennsylvania. I want to thank the beautiful Gettysburg Hotel for hosting this event on this historic Lincoln Square. I would also like to thank renowned musician and taps historian Yari Villanueva for being here today and setting the mood for us. So thank you very much, Yari. Founded in 1938, the primary purposes of the Lincoln Fellowship of Pennsylvania are to honor the legacy and memory of President Abraham Lincoln, to commemorate the Gettysburg Address and the dedication of the Gettysburg National Cemetery, to educate the public about the history surrounding President Lincoln and the cemetery, and to advance the highest values and principles by promoting positive civic engagement inspired by Lincoln's words and actions. As America approaches its 250th anniversary, we are bringing the nation back to Gettysburg, a place where Lincoln reminded us what America was meant to be. We are here to officially announce the once-in-a-lifetime event, Lincoln at Gettysburg Shall Not Perish. This live theatrical experience will recreate Lincoln's brief yet enduring visit to Gettysburg to dedicate Soldiers National Cemetery and to honor the fallen Union soldiers buried there. The core event will take place on November 18th and 19th this year. The commemoration will begin on the afternoon of November 18th with President Abraham Lincoln's arrival in Gettysburg by steam locomotive. Lincoln will then make his way to the iconic David Wills House for a public meet and greet. Following that, the square will host special programming featuring patriotic music, remarks, and historical vignettes. Then at approximately 8:30 p.m., as the lights grow dimmer and softer, we will symbolically travel back to November of 1863, allowing all of us to witness what our ancestors witnessed here, Lincoln's sojourn to Gettysburg. On November 19th, we invite the public to line Baltimore Street and watch the historic procession from the Wills House to the beautiful Gettysburg National Cemetery. There we will recreate the original dedication ceremony. We are very excited to announce that Billy Campbell, known for portraying Lincoln in Killing Lincoln, will portray President Abraham Lincoln. Casey Thomas Brown, a 3-time SAG Award nominee, will portray John Hay, Lincoln's personal secretary. And renowned Lincoln scholar Allen Gelzo will portray Edward Everett. And President of Gettysburg College, Robert Iliano, will portray Pennsylvania College's president in 1863, Charles, is it Bucher? Bauer? Okay, sorry. The program will conclude with President Lincoln delivering one of the most important speeches in American history, the Gettysburg Address. While we will certainly feel the wonder of that extraordinary moment, we will not forget that the original event was a solemn and deeply emotional commemoration. Above all, it was a day set aside to honor the Union soldiers who gave their lives here. Through the Gettysburg Address, Lincoln reminded the nation that its true founding occurred in 1776 with the Continental Congress, when the Continental Congress declared the ideals of liberty and equality in the Declaration of Independence, not in 1787 when the Constitution was written. The United States, Lincoln argued, was therefore established on ideas, not merely on structures of government. In closing, Abraham Lincoln had a deep affection for Pennsylvania, and especially for Philadelphia. According to Lincoln scholar Harold Holzer, during a visit to Independence Hall on Washington's birthday in 1861, Lincoln declared with visible emotion, "I would rather be assassinated on this spot than surrender it." Lincoln was not speaking only about preserving a historic building. He was speaking about defending the ideas that were born there, the ideas that formed the foundation of American independence. Those same ideals, which Lincoln later described at Gettysburg as a new birth of freedom, were the reason he journeyed to Pennsylvania in November 1863. Gettysburg fulfilled what had been promised in Philadelphia. And now it is my pleasure to introduce the Chief of Interpretation and Education for Gettysburg National Military Park, Chris Gwynn.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you, Wendy. Thank you all for letting me be part of this event. Lincoln's Gettysburg Address remains one of the most important speeches in the story of the United States. In just a few words, he called the nation to remember the principles on which it was founded: liberty, equality, and the enduring promise that all men are created equal. His words reached back to the ideals of the American Revolution and challenged the country to live up to them through what he described as a new birth of freedom. This event that Wendy has just described on November 18th and 19th gives us an extraordinary opportunity to connect two of the defining moments in American history: the founding of the nation in 1776 and the 1863 Battle of Gettysburg, where that nation was saved. The National Park Service, Gettysburg National Military Park, we are excited to work with key community partners, including the Lincoln Fellowship of Pennsylvania, the Borough of Gettysburg, Main Street Gettysburg, Destination Gettysburg, and Gettysburg College to present this signature America 250th event. Their partnership helps to ensure that this commemoration is meaningful, not only to visitors from across the country, but also for the community that continues to preserve and honor this history every day. We'd also like to give our special thanks to our partner, the Gettysburg Foundation, for their unwavering support of this event in the National Cemetery on November 19th. The National Park Service has a profound responsibility to steward and preserve places of national significance, the Gettysburg National Cemetery included, which is, of course, where Lincoln delivers his immortal words. We are equally committed to educating Americans about the significance of the Gettysburg Address and of Abraham Lincoln's visit here, so that each generation can better understand the cost of freedom, the meaning of equality, and the unfinished work of our democracy. We look forward to welcoming the public to Gettysburg for this powerful and memorable educational commemoration. Thank you all very much.
Thank you, Chris. I'd now like to have you welcome Charles Gable, our borough manager.
Thank you, Wendy. Thank you, Chris. Well done. My name is Charles Gable. I'm the borough manager here in Gettysburg, and the borough of Gettysburg is privileged and honored to help host this national event. And I say national event deliberately. We are inviting the nation to participate in this historic, once-in-a-lifetime commemoration of the country's, one of the country's greatest speeches and presidents. Carl Whitehill, in his opening comments, mentioned our goal here is to make this an EPIC event. EPIC is actually an acronym given to us by the State Commission. E is for education, P is for preservation, I is for innovation, and C is for commemoration. And this Lincoln at Gettysburg Shall Not Perish touches on all four of those points. It's going to be a great, great event. An event of this scale cannot be done without deliberate and thoughtful planning, the logistics, the safety, the access. And that is what the Borough of Gettysburg is committed to do. So I'm here to briefly speak to the logistics of what to expect the week of November 15th. There are many partners at the table having these very discussions. They range from PennDOT itself is sitting at the table with us to best manage traffic flow in and out and through the municipality, our EMS professionals, our local and regional law enforcement professionals, event management professionals, and even theatrical production professionals are all part of these discussions, and we've been meeting for several months already in preparation for this. Visitor flow is going to be very important. We do expect many people here, and that's a good thing. But we also want everyone to have a great experience while they're visiting here. And so we are going to be very deliberate on how we manage flow of people in and through the municipality as it relates to just not pedestrian flow, but also traffic flow. There are going to be some inconveniences for locals. Several roads will be closed for a week. That includes right here in Gettysburg Square, Lincoln Square, and one block in each direction. PennDOT and the municipality are planning detours to make sure that traffic continues to flow through the municipality during this week-long closure. More information will be coming out about that as we get closer to the event. We're just putting it on your radar now that we're thinking about it and planning for it so that we can alleviate some of those stress points to the best of our ability. We are going to be encouraging people not to drive to Gettysburg, but rather to utilize satellite parking and shuttle systems, which we will have in place. The announced locations for those larger shuttle locations that parking and then shuttling in are almost determined, but not quite, so I don't want to get ahead of that. Again, those types of details will be coming out closer, and we have several months to work on that as well. Accessibility is also paramount. We want to make sure everyone can be part of this commemoration. And so specifically, I'm speaking to the folks that enjoy the Majestic Theater. The Majestic and the municipality are planning a very deliberate ADA access point for not just the square, but for the theater itself. So if you have those limited mobility concerns, you're going to be taken care of. Weather is also a concern. This is going to be a rain or shine, dare I say snow, event, hopefully not snow. But either way, this event will go on. There will be opportunities for shelter on the square and on some of the side roads. We do plan on erecting tents that will be heated. And inside those tents will be other programming, which maybe Ms. Allen can speak to at another time. We were going to have a very deliberate emergency response posture where we will be pre-positioning emergency personnel inside closures. So if there is an unfortunate case where we have the need for emergency services, they will already be pre-positioned to assist in that regard. So those are some of the things that we are putting in place to help manage the large number of people that we really desire to have here. This is going to be a national event. We want the nation to understand the history, the importance of it, and its enduring legacy. So with that, I conclude my remarks, and thank you.
I would now like to invite President Iliano up from Gettysburg College. Thank you.
Thank you, Wendy, and thank you, everyone, for joining us here today. In so many different ways, the history of the United States is so closely entwined with the history of Gettysburg. I'd also say that the history of Gettysburg College is itself so deeply entwined with the history of what happened here on those fateful 3 days. It could be the first day of the battle, which took place largely on and around our campus, and the building I work in was a hospital for both Union and Confederate soldiers. It could be the work that our trustee and graduate, David Wills, did in both creating the National Cemetery and inviting President Lincoln to say a few appropriate remarks. It could be, as Wendy noted, in the work of my predecessor, who was invited to give a benediction in the presence of many people, including our students and our faculty that day. So we are really honored to be part of this special day that's going to take place in November. And it is altogether fitting, as others have said, to have this connected with America 250. Because again, the story of Gettysburg is the story of America in so many different ways. So thank you. Thank you, Wendy, for your leadership. Thank you to the other partners who are bringing this forward and making this possible. The Gettysburg College is incredibly excited. Our students will be exposed to something the likes of which very few have had the opportunity to do so. So be there, enjoy it. We're looking forward to it. Thank you.
Thank you, President Iliano. And you have to come just to watch him ride the horse.
Really?
Really. That'll be great. And now I'd like to introduce Jill Sellers from Main Street, Gettysburg. Jill.
Oh, thank you, and good afternoon, everyone. I am Jill Sellers, president of Main Street Gettysburg, and I am deeply honored that our organization is on the steering committee for this spectacular event. Gettysburg has a tremendous track record of living history and reenactments. Obviously, we've been featured in movies, documentaries, and we are known worldwide. So this is a tremendous opportunity to showcase everything that is in our history, but also everything that is here right now that people come from across the country and around the world to appreciate. Part of that is the welcoming culture that we have here, the respect that we have for our neighbors, the way our community functions, and the tremendous business community that we have that serves our population and visitors by the millions that come each year. So this event is creating opportunities for new partnerships and collaborations for organizations that are involved deeply with the event itself, but just looking at the potential for attendance is so exciting to see the types of opportunities that our businesses are going to be able to reach out, touch those visitors, make this a memorable experience for them, and hopefully to really capture an opportunity for repeat visitors, because anybody knows that when you come to Gettysburg once, you will definitely come to Gettysburg again. And we want to make sure that everyone has that experience that Not only is this that once-in-a-lifetime connection to history and the meaning of our nation, but it's also connecting us with the contemporary part of how we live here and why this is such a special and enduring place that continues to serve its residents and visitors and welcome people from across the country and around the world. So I thank you all for being here, and I look forward to seeing you in November. Thank you.
Jill, I'm sorry, I forgot to announce that you are president and CEO of Main Street Gettysburg.
Thank you.
We just see each other every day. We meet.
That's just Jill and Wendy.
And now I'd like to invite Jackie Spainhour from the Gettysburg Foundation to say a few words. Jackie.
All right, good afternoon. Thank you to the Lincoln Fellowship of Pennsylvania, especially Miss Wendy Allen, for your leadership in this project, and to the many partners who are working tirelessly to help it come to fruition. As the president and the CEO of the Gettysburg Foundation, the official nonprofit partner to the National Park Service in Gettysburg, I endeavor to ensure that the efforts of our Park Service partner are supported and amplified. The 250th anniversary invites Americans to reflect not only on the nation's founding, but also on the work that's required to sustain it. Gettysburg is one of the places where that work becomes unmistakably clear. It is where Americans confronted the consequences of division and reaffirmed the principles expressed at the nation's founding. When visitors stand here, they encounter the cost of preserving a democratic republic. All the partners in this work that are in this room continue to emphasize this relevance and the importance of this historic place. In alignment with our mission, the Gettysburg Foundation's participation in this very exciting event is primarily focused on helping the National Park Service through preservation, educational access, and digital engagement that extends Gettysburg's story to audiences who may never have the chance to visit in person. And while America 250 is inviting much visibility for this space, we are very excited to be able to continue to do that work even outside of America 250. We are particularly focused on primarily the Dedication Day work that's being done in the cemetery, providing funding for infrastructure and support for that work. We're honored to play such a role in this commemoration. We look forward to continuing that work that was cited by Abraham Lincoln as the great task before us, with the leadership under Wendy and her team and the commitment of all the partners in this commemorative event. Thank you.
Well, that concludes our speakers. I would like to mention, and I failed to mention when I started, I think this has got to be one of the largest collaborations of nonprofits and partners for an event. And it's been an honor working with everybody that we're working with, from the borough, Main Street, the foundation, Gettysburg College, and we continue to develop that relationship. It gets bigger and bigger every time we meet, I think. I'm thrilled about that. I think it's getting very exciting. Obviously the National Park Service. Yeah, couldn't do without the Park Service.
Can't eradicate the parks.
No, you can't eradicate. So thank you all for being here, and we will stay behind if anybody would like additional interviews with our team. And thank you all for being here, and thanks so much.
Get a picture of all the speakers before just on that one. Do it right here at the side.
I need everybody up here for pictures.